Hi, my name is Terry Regensberger, and I'm the Vice President for the Madison City Council of PTAs. Today, I have with me Jocelyn Broer, and she is in Council District 4 in the City of Madison. Thank you, Jocelyn, for
Thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate you coming and being a part of the local process here in Madison.
To get started, can you tell me what specific issue or reason motivates you to serve on the Madison City Council?
Yes, one of the main points of my campaign is sustainable growth, meaning we have to grow our revenue and value for our community, not problems. We cannot continue to add stress to our schools, roads, police, and fire department. I've been here almost 6 years, and I've been a substitute teacher for 5 of those and fill in when I can. I know how crowded the schools have become, and especially the kindergarten classes. That's a really tough age, and more so if they've not had the pre-K classes. My son came home one day from Liberty Middle School without any pencils, and I asked him why. He said he dropped his pencils in the hallway and he couldn't pick them up. Otherwise, he would have been knocked down by the kids in the hallways. It was that crowded. This is not acceptable. We all live in Madison because of the schools. They need to continue to be our priority. We need to have better planning when it comes to residential growth and make sure we know the stress it's putting on our community and our children's education. Let's keep this a nice place to live for our children and grandchildren, one where our roads and schools are not too crowded and where they can afford to live without having to pay off mountains of debt.
Thank you. Next question. What is your strategy to ensure city growth aligns with your goals and keeps pace?
I'm really for taking a closer look at impact fees. That's something we did in Florida when I lived there. That's a fast-growing community. They've also done that in Mobile, Alabama. That would help offset taxpayer costs associated with growth. We need to make sure we plan for our zoning and we do not change on the whim of developers. That's why I pledged to never accept donations from big developers. We must keep our focus on the schools. That is the #1 reason people move to Madison. It's why I moved here, as opposed to Huntsville or Athens. Already, I've talked to neighbors who are moving their children to other schools in both Athens and Huntsville. We have to remember that what's good for business is also good for our community, and that is keeping our schools top-notch. We cannot focus on a 21st century workforce and stay top tier if we are spending all our money and efforts just trying to maintain space for new students.
Thank you. As a follow-up to that, how would you ensure for Madison that our schools are
success? We need more money. And planned growth that doesn't stress our community ensures the quality of life we all bought into. We should prioritize growth with retail and industrial business, not residential growth. If sales tax alone is not meeting our needs, then we need to take a look back at reallocating money from the other areas in our Madison City budget. I think it's a shame that teachers have to create GoFundMes for classrooms. That's not acceptable. They need to be able to focus on what they do best, teach.
Thank you. Last question. What message do you have for Madison City families during the time in history?
We will get through this. I knocked on the door of a teacher and her husband said it was a very stressful time for their whole family. It is for all of us. We have to listen to our teachers as well as parents and students. They are key in our continued success. Good business takes ideas from the ground up and from the top down. We all have to work together in times like this to make the best and safest decisions for all of us. As your representative in Madison City District 4, I will be listening to all of my neighbors, whether you've lived here 50 years or 5 minutes.
Thank you. Once again, Jocelyn, I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with me today.
Thank you again. I really appreciate the time you've given me today.